Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where last night, or last morning, wherever you're watching from, Celtic got a comfortable 3-0 win over Raith Rovers in the Scottish League Cup. So today we're going to be, talking about the game, discussing some key points from the game, what went well for Celtic, what went wrong for Celtic, if there was anything, and yeah, it's just going to be a quick, cool kind of discussion video. But before we get into the video though, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so if you are watching this, please press the subscribe button. Everything helps and it would be much appreciated. Share this channel to your mates, tell them all to subscribe, friends, family, you name it, get them on the channel. But nonetheless, and without further ado, let's get into it. So as I said, it was a comfortable 3-0 win in the Betfred Cup. And yeah, look, well, what more can I say? It was comfortable. Celtic put a dominant display in. I don't think Raith Rovers had a single good shot on goal the whole match. A lot of deflections, but nonetheless, Joe Hart had a very quiet night, which is always promising to see. Now, in saying this, Raith Rovers, they haven't got the same class and skill as the Celtic do in their squad, but they did very much put up a valiant effort, so it is respect to them for coming out there, guns blazing, and even when they went a man down, they still wanted to attack. And Celtic dropped off in that period. It's fair enough, but still, fair play to Rovers. Well done. My condolences. Well done to you guys. Then, something else we should talk about is the debut of Liam Scales. Liam Scales, 6'2", big old redhead. You can't miss him. Made his debut for Celtic last night, coming on and around the 65th minute. He was 65th or 70th minute. He came on, filled into that left back spot, which pushed Montgomery further up the field. And what can I say? It was such a strong debut. But the thing is, Montgomery played such a strong debut as well. Game as well. They both played excellent in the left back spot in the time they were given there. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see to who gets the nod going forward, because I thought they were both really great, especially Scales, for a player of his size, always going forward, the confidence he had. I read somewhere, and I agree with it actually, he reminds me of Christopher Ayer. Just that little bit. He's got that height and that tendency to go forward. And he's got so much confidence and self-belief about him, which is just so great to see in a player. Another player who I should mention is James McCarthy. I thought James McCarthy, despite one or two stray passes, was absolutely outstanding last night. He shut up his critics about how he played against Livingston, and he played an absolute blinder of a game. That first pass to set up Jota, to assist Jota, that first goal, impeccable pass. I was going mental on the stream. You can go check that out. It's on the channel somewhere. But I was so happy with that. I was going mental. I thought it was a great pass, and he just kept that form up throughout the game until he was substituted off, and rightly so, he got a well-deserved break at the end. Now, someone else we should talk about, and someone that I didn't know midway during the game and wasn't actually available, was Georgios Giacomakis. Now, apparently the news has came out that Giacomakis actually got a calf injury during the halftime warm-up. So he scored for Scan, so it could look like he's out for even longer than Kyogo will be. And that means Ayeti will be there for much longer at the striker position. And Ayeti was quiet last night. Yet again, I could not find Ayeti on the field at all last night. A couple good pressures in defence, but that was it. And he really needs to find his form. He needs to find that movement, because right now he's just getting lost and he hasn't got the height to be found in the box. He just looked off it last night. He looked like, I don't really know what's going wrong with him, but at the end of the day, it's just more, it's a learning experience. Hopefully he can build up. But then Ange did trial Jota in the midfield, in the middle of the park, in the centre striker role. He didn't really do much there. Jota is an out-and-out winger, and he honestly played a crazy game. He scored the first goal, almost got a second, which led to Abada's goal, which put us 2-0 up. He was amazing. In the long shirt as well, he's just a perfect winger. Players are going to be trembling when they see him. Mental, absolutely mental. Now, further into this game, what else do we have to talk about? Well, something I think we have to talk about is the midfield. David Turnbull as well. David Turnbull played an absolute blinder of a game in my eyes. He was everywhere on that pitch. You could see him. He was up the field, down the field, left, right. You name it, he was there. And he got a goal to mark off his 50th appearance, and it was a great showing from Celtic. And yeah, look, Celtic just played dominantly. They held to their own. They got their breakthrough that they deserved in the maybe 30th minute. But something they do need to fix is that final pass, and that is the one negative I have from the game. Now, the final ball, it actually worked. The only goal Celtic scored from a great final ball was that first one, which McCarthy played a lovely, deft through ball. He threaded the needle straight through the defence to Jota. But every other goal was a rebound or a long shot. There was no... The final passing from Celtic was just... It was lackluster. It was poor. I'm not sure what the problem is. I'm not sure if it's a lack of communication, if they don't know where their fellow players are, or if it's just a lack of quality and they haven't got that quality final pass. Because we saw it all night. Players like Ralston, Abada, Jota even a couple times. Rogic, they didn't have those final through balls, final passes to really set up the other players for a shot on goal or for an easy goal. It's just... And it's something that's become a custom of Celtic in the last couple of games. We saw it against Livingston and we saw glimpses of it again tonight, and it's something that's going to need to be fixed heading in not only to Dundee United but Leverkusen next week, because we need to be getting goals in that game, because if we don't get goals, they will get goals, and it will be a very similar outing as it was against Real Betis, us just dropping off late in the game. And look, yeah, at the end of the day, I think back to the final passes, I'm not sure if that's because Ayeti isn't making those runs. Are the runs poor from the players and not the passes? I don't know, but certainly our crosses need to be fixed, because at the moment, when Celtic put a cross in, I don't think anyone expects us to score. Unless it's a sweat across goal and it's an open net, no one expects Celtic... Well, me personally, I don't expect Celtic to score from a cross or from a corner or any of that, because the quality of those passes and crosses are just not up to standard, and that's something that needs to be fixed in training, and the players need to be doing individual work and getting that communication up, and they need to get those final passes up, because if that doesn't happen, there's going to be a lack of goals going forward this season, and the better teams are going to make us pay for that. But look, nonetheless, I feel it will all come with time. I feel Celtic really do need the return of Callum McGregor. Despite James McCarthy's impressive game, Callum McGregor is a must-need for Leverkusen at least. What he brings to the team, he brings that... I guess you could say, he brings it all together. He's the ties that bind us. He makes the team what it is. He's the center. He's the center of the field. He's our captain. He's our leader. And I think he's just needed there to keep calm, keep control, level heads on the playing pitch. And more importantly, we need a better striker, because, like I said earlier, those runs from Ayeti, he's non-existent in games. You see Kyogo in matches. Now, I know Kyogo won't be back for 3 weeks, and I'm not sure how long Giacomarquis will be out, but Celtic really need Ayeti to fix himself. Well, Ange needs to get something out of Ayeti that he hasn't shown yet, and those are runs. And because Ayeti had a couple chances throughout the night, a couple chances the ball fell to his feet, or he got maybe like a chance to touch it into the net, and he scuffed them all. There was that one moment in the game which really annoyed me. It was the moment later in the second half, the ball got played hard across the ground by Montgomery, I think it was, and Jota fakes it out. He dummies. He lets it go through his legs, and it falls straight to Ayeti's feet. And Ayeti just wasn't on his toes. It just bounced off him, and he lost control. And then Celtic got counter-attacked. Luckily, Raith didn't score. But at the end of the day, Ayeti should be able to take that one touch and take a shot, and hopefully either trouble the keeper or put it in the back of the net. And then there was another moment which I think just highlights Celtic needed to be on their toes more, and that was from a corner kick. A corner kick came in, and then it went over everyone's head, and it fell to Starfelt, which it just ricocheted off Starfelt. It just bounced off his knees or something, and it just went straight to the keeper or the defender. I can't really remember what actually happened afterwards, but all I remember is that Starfelt, the ball came to him, and he didn't react to it. He could have easily got his leg into a position to volley it in the net. He could have easily done anything of the sort, but he didn't, and it's very concerning that he wasn't able to... Was he not expecting the pass to come to him? Because if he wasn't, that's an issue, because every player needs to expect the passes to come to them. They need to be ready to put it into the back of the net, because at the end of the day, when we verse the better teams like Leverkusen, like Real Betis, you're not going to get more than maybe 3 or 4 golden chances a game, and if you don't put those in the back of the net, it's going to be a very hard day for you to try and win that, because those better teams will not give you those opportunities. They will snuff out all the danger very, very quickly. But you will get those occasional moments. And obviously, you've got to take your chances in football, because at the end of the day, goals win you matches. If you don't score, how can you win the match? That's my analogy. But look, like I said, 3-0, it's a comfortable win. I don't think we should dilly-dally on it anymore. We showed positive signs. Some standouts were not Abada. Abada was mediocre. Jota, McCarthy, Turnbull, Montgomery, all class. I thought they all gave 5-star performances. And then the rest, I don't think there was a bad player on the field, apart from Ayeti. But, we move on from that. Hopefully he can get some goals against Dundee United on the weekend. But that is all from me. So, remember to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so please get your mates on it, get your family and friends subscribing. Everything helps. But until next time, hail, hail.